Hello, welcome to next session. In this session, we'll solve GATE 2017 Active Fluid Mechanics paper. Okay. The question number one: in a given flow field, the velocity vector in Cartesian coordinate system is given as v is equal to x square plus y square plus z square I plus xy yz plus y square j xz minus z square k. What is the volume dilation rate of the fluid at a point where x is equal to 1, y is equal to 2, and z is equal to 3? So options are A 6, B 5, C 10, D 0. Okay, the volume dilation rate of the fluid is given by the divergence of velocity vector. Okay, and divergence of the velocity vector is uh, nothing but the dot product of this curly by curly x, curly by curly y, and curly by curly z, and dx the vy and vz. Okay, so here vx is your x square plus y square plus z square. Okay, so this is curly vx by curly x plus curly vy curly y and plus curly vz by vz. Okay, and vx is this, vy is this, and vz is this. So differentiating it with respect to x will be 2x, and this with respect to y will be x plus z, and x with respect to z is x minus 2z. Okay, now putting the value x is equal to 1, y is equal to 2, z is equal to 3, then dilation or divergence b, that is 5 answer is your b. Okay, next. A steady incompressible two-dimensional velocity field in Cartesian coordinate system is represented by the following expression: v is equal to zero point 0.7 plus zero point 4x I plus 1.2 minus 0.45 j. The coordinate of the point x, y in the flow field having zero velocity. So this is your v, so this is your u, and this is your v. Okay. Now, as the flow is incompressible, okay, and we have to find out the flow field having zero velocity. We have to find out the uh, flow field. So we have to find the point where at point x, y where the flow field has zero velocity. So you get u is this quantity, and v is this. Okay. Now total velocity is just v square plus u square. Okay. So this cannot be negative, and this cannot be negative. So both are positive. So for v, for velocity to be zero, so the both should be zero. V and u should be zero. So this will be this, when this is zero, then x is your minus 1.75, and when this is zero, then y is your 3. So answer is your minus 1.75 and by 3. So answer is your B answer. Okay. Next, during an experiment, the position of fluid particle is monitored by an instrument over a time period of 10 seconds. The trace of the particle given by the following figure represents fluid particle at 4 seconds, fluid particle at 10 seconds, and fluid particle at 0 seconds. A streamline, B streak line, C path line, and D timeline. So it is path line because it is a photograph of the particle at different position. Okay, so answer is your C. Next, in a Cartesian two-dimensional coordinate system, U and V represent velocity x and velocity in x and y direction respectively. For a certain flow, the velocity field is represented by the following expression. So V is ax plus by and cx plus byj, where a, b, c, and d are the constants. For an incompressible flow, which one of the following relation is true? For an incompressible flow, the continuity equation for the compressible flow should be satisfied. So where density is not present. Okay, so this is the continuity equation of the incompressible flow, that is curly u by curly x plus curly v by curly y is equal to 0. So curly u by curly x is your a. Okay, and curly v by curly y is your d. Okay, so a plus b is 0. So answer is your a. Okay. Next, which of the following figure represent the potential flow past a circular cylinder with clockwise rotation of the cylinder? So if it is a clockwise rotation, then it is good, but this is not acceptable. Okay. So if it is clockwise, this is not acceptable. Okay. And if it is clockwise, this is also not acceptable. Okay. So if it is clockwise, then it is right, and it is also right. Almost right. Okay. So answer is here D. Next, the stream function psi of a fluid of a velocity field at a given location x y is given as psi is equal to x y square minus 2x square y square. What is the rate of rotation of a fluid element located at x is equal to 2, y is equal to 2? Or so here psi is your x y square minus 2x square y square. Okay, and psi is sorry, and velocity in terms of psi can be represented in y direction as minus psi minus curly psi by curly x. Okay, so it is so v is y square minus 4x y square. Okay, okay. And now again we have to find the rate of dilation. Okay, of the fluid element. So finding out curly y by curly x, so it will be 4 y square. Similarly, when u is curly psi by curly y, then u is your curly psi by curly y, then it is as u is your curly psi by curly y, so it is this 2xy, and it is it will be uh, 4yx square. Okay, so curly u by curly y is again intensity 2x minus 4x square. Okay, so the rate of dilation is sorry, rate of rotation, rate of or rotation about z axis is given by curly v by curly x minus curly u by curly y divided by 2. Okay, so this is your 4y square. Okay, and this is your 2x minus 4x square. Okay, and it is divided by 2. Now putting the value of for x as 2 and y as 2, so we get this rotation, that is omega z, rate of rotation. Okay, 14. Okay. Next, the nature of velocity profile within the laminar viscous sublayer in a turbulent flow is zero, because uh, within a turbulent region, when laminar sublayer exists, okay, then its profile is linear, and according Newton's laws of viscosity, that is satisfied. So and y by delta is equal to sorry, u by u is equal to y by delta. Okay, that is the velocity profile of the laminar sublayer during turbulent pipe flow. Okay. Next, question number 8. In a 5-meter deep vertical cylindrical tank, water is filled up to a level of 3 meters from the bottom, and remaining space is filled with oil of specific gravity 0.88. Assume density of water as 1000 kilogram per meter cube and acceleration due to gravity to be 10 meter per second square. The gauge pressure in kilonewton per meter square rounded off to first decimal place at a depth of 2.5 meter from the top of the tank will be 5 meter deep vertical cylinder. Okay, and water is filled up to 3 meters. Okay, and remaining phase will be the oil of specificity for period. Okay, density of water and acceleration will be very given. The gauge pressure in the in kilonewton meter per square rounded up further at a depth 2.5 meters. Okay, 2 meter base and 2.5 meter and 0.5 meter base. Okay, so no top of the tank. So pressure at the 2.5 meter will be due to this oil and 0.5 meter of water head. Okay, so due to soil pressure is 0.8 into rho GH. Okay, or 0.2 to 0.8 into 1000 into 2 and G is 1000. Okay, and due to water the pressure will be 1000 into 0.5. Okay, so it will be total pressure will be 22.6 into 10 over 3 per mm square meter square or kilonewton per meter square. Next, in a two-dimensional potential flow, a point source is located at origin x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0 as shown in the figure. The strength of the point source is 2 centimeters square per second. A uniform flow with velocity 1 centimeter per second is approaching towards the point at an angle of 30 degrees from the horizontal axis. What is the distance of stagnation point in the flow field from the point source? Options are A 1 by pi, B 2 by pi, C 1 by 2 pi, D root 3 by 2 pi. Okay. Now this is source. It is located at the uniform and this is the uniform flow. Okay. And the strength of the source is given by 2u infinity rs and u infinity is the velocity at the distance r. Okay. Now the velocity will be when this velocity and this velocity are equal. Okay, and this velocity and this velocity are equal. Then the stagnation point is reached. Okay, so this velocity is given as 1 centimeter per second. Okay, so this velocity is also 1 centimeter per second. So put q is equal to 2 centimeters here. Okay, now putting the u infinity as 1 centimeter per square and q is given as 2. Okay, and we can find out rs and rs it will be here 1 by pi. Okay, when the velocity of the source and limit to r equal and the point that this solution 1 is b. Okay, next 2 marks question. Two infinite parallel horizontal plates are separated by a small gap as shown in the figure. The bottom plate is fixed and gap between the plates is filled with oil having density 890 kg per meter per centimeter in respect of 0.0033 meter square per second. A shear flow is induced by moving the upper plate with a velocity of 5 meter per second. Assume linear velocity profile between plates and the oil of the material fluid. The shear stress at the upper plate is so this is the moving plate, this is the fixed plate, and this is the velocity profile, and this is diameter d, and u y is velocity profile of the okay, and of the fluid, okay, and velocity of upper plate is 5 meter per second, and gap is 20 mm. Okay, now this is simple notation in last question. So ratio that is mu du by dy. Du is 5 meter per second and dy is 20 by 1000. Okay, and mu is nothing but the kinematic viscosity. So putting the values we can get shear stress to answer is 73.425. Okay, number 10. Next, a spherical balloon of diameter 15 meter is supposed to lift a load of 3000 newton. The lifting of the load is achieved by heating the air inside the balloon. Assume air to be an ideal gas and atmospheric pressure either outside or inside the balloon. Okay. The value of acceleration due to gravity is 9.81 meter per second square, and the value of temperature and density of atmospheric air are 15 degrees Celsius and 1.2 kilogram per meter cube respectively. In order to lift the specific load, the air inside the balloon should be heated to a temperature of dash degrees Celsius. Okay. So now as it has to lift 3,000 Newton load, so it has to generate a pressure according to uh, that 3,000 Newton load. Okay, so the pressure inside the balloon and outside the balloon is atmospheric. So this is the gauge pressure for okay. So this is gauge pressure. That is 1000 by pi r square. Pi r square is the projected area of balloon. Okay, okay, because pressure weight is acting downward, and the projected area of the sphere is perpendicular to the force or this 3000 newton. So the pressure will be 3000 by pi r square. Okay, so this is gauge pressure. Okay. Now, the atmospheric phase is comes out as 16.97. Now, atmospheric pressure is also fixed. So, add uh, atmospheric pressure also. So, total pressure is this quantity. Okay, 118.10. Now, this lifting has been achieved in order to lift this particular by heating. Okay, this lifting has been achieved by heating. So balloon has to create this much of pressure to lift the load. Okay, this, the, then the load can be lifted. Okay, but the initial pressure is your uh, atmospheric pressure, and the volume of the balloon is constant. Okay, okay. The heating has been done, and no air has been added. The volume is constant. The volume is constant. Okay, or the enthalpy remains constant. Okay. So initial temperature is 15 degrees Celsius. Okay. Now the initial temperature is 15 degrees Celsius. The pressure is 101, and so it is 288. So this is your 118 per month, and T is your final T2. T2 is your 336.34 or 62. Okay, using the ideal gas equation, state equation, we can find out temperature T2. So answer is your 53.34 degrees Celsius. Okay. Next, the velocity field in a Cartesian coordinate system for a two-dimensional steady flow is given as V is equal to V naught by L xi minus yj, where V naught and L are constant. Which one of the following represents the acceleration of the field A for this flow? So here, uh, the velocity is into the two-dimensional. So U is your V naught by L into x, and V is your minus V naught by L into y. Okay. So this is your AX. So AX is this is your U, and this is your V. Okay. So AX is your du by dt. Okay. And similarly, A by is your dB by dt. And du by dt is your curly by curly x, curly x by curly t, plus curly u by curly y by curly t, and curly u by dt. Okay. Curly u by curly t. Okay. As u is not the function of t, so this quantity is 0, and u is not the function of y, so this quantity is also 0. So this is your curly u by curly x is v naught l, and this is your v naught lx. Okay, this is ax. This is v naught square l square x. Okay, ax. Similarly, ay is your again again your v is not the function of v is not the function of x, so this quantity will be 0. Okay, and v also not the function of t, so this quantity will also 0. And curly v by curly y is your v naught by l, v naught by l. Okay, and this quantity is your curly x by curly t is v naught by l into y. Okay, so this is your a is ay is equal to v naught square l square y, and ax is your v naught square l square x. So the actually this is expression x direction to expression y direction. So a is your ax and ay j. So answer is your a is equal to v square v naught square by l square x, and ay is your v naught square l square y. So answer is your c. Okay. Next, A cylindrical tank of 0.8 meter diameter is completely filled with water and its top surface is open to atmosphere from a circular hole of 15 diameter located at the bottom of the tank. The value of acceleration due to gravity is 9.81 meters per second. So how much time in seconds would be required for the water level to drop from a height of 1 meter to zero point 0.5 meter? So this is 1 meter, this is zero point 0.8 meter diameter, this is 15 diameter of the hole. Okay, and the options are 188, 266, 372, 642. Okay. All are in second. So let at a distance at a height h, dh is the thickness of the string. Okay. So velocity will be root 2 dh. Velocity through his hole is root 2 dh. Okay. So the charge through hole is velocity into area of this hole. Okay. So as the water is going out, so this water level is also coming down, and it is coming down by an amount dh into area of this. Okay, area of the tank. Okay, so this decreasing volume of tank is a into dh, and volume that is going out of the tank is this. So these two should be equal. Now when we put them equal and then separating variables, so we can find out uh, this equation T. Now, now putting the limit, now the uh, water level has to drop from a height 1 meter to 0.5 meters. So putting the limit 1 and zero point 0.5, we can get the time. Okay, A is here according to A is here according to zero point 0.8 meter diameter, and small d is equal to 0.5 50 mm diameter. Okay, so putting this value we can get 376. Yes. Okay. Next, consider steady laminar flow of an incompressible Newtonian fluid between two finite parallel plates separated by a distance of 1 meter shown in the figure. The bottom plate is stationary, but the top one is moving in the positive acceleration with a velocity of 3 meter per second. The fluid pressure gradient in the flow direction is 18 Newton per meter cube. If the velocity of the fluid is if the viscosity of the fluid is 1 kilogram meter per second, the distance of the point of maximum velocity rounded up to two second decimal place from the bottom is okay. So here there are two plates, okay, and this one is stationary and this is your this is moving with velocity of 300% and the pressure gradient in this direction is 50 minus 18 meter square, and this gap is 1 meter. Okay. Now the velocity profile for two plates, uh, uh, two inclined plates in parallel is given by this. Okay, u u is equal to 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2. This is the derivation. Then that we can see in our fluid mechanics. Okay, this is the result of derivation. Okay, minus 1 minus 1 by 2 means del p by del x p by minus p by 2. Here y is the distance of the plane distance where u is the velocity and the distance y from the stationary unit. Okay, and t is the thickness of base and t is your 1 meter. Okay, and del p del x is your minus 18. Okay, and mu is and sorry mu is your 1 kilogram per meter 1 second. Okay, so putting this value we can have 18 by 9, 18 by 2 9 9, and t is your 1 y minus y square. Question number 1. Okay. Now, velocity profile. Now, This is your velocity profile, okay, and this is where when the propeller is moving and there is no pressure to as wait, the fluid so 0 to viscosity of the okay. Suppose there is no pressure drop in this direction, okay. So then U1 will be your then U2 will be your uh, at a distance y, okay. The velocity will be according to the Newtonian law, okay. That is the velocity of the plate is your 3 and gap is 1. So this is velocity of stationary plate is 0. Okay, so 3 minus 0 by 1 into y. So that will be velocity when there is no pressure drop. Okay, or it is falling on Newtonian law. Okay, so net velocity profile is your due to pressure drop. This is due to pressure drop, and this is due to viscosity or Newtonian law. Okay, so net velocity profile will be combination of these two. Okay, this is your u 9y minus y square plus 3y. Okay, so now differentiating it, we will have 12 minus 18y. Okay, so the maximum velocity will occur when the differentiation of u with respect to y is 0. So your that point is y is equal to 12 by 18. Okay, so this is 0.66 meter from the bottom of the maximum velocity point. Maximum velocity point. So answer is your 0.66 meter from the bottom. Okay. Next, an inviscid incompressible fluid of density 1000 kilogram per meter cube is flowing in a horizontal pipe of tapered cross section with a flow rate of 4000 centimeters cube per second. The area of cross section at two different locations A and B are 10 centimeters square and 20 centimeters square respectively. The velocity of fluid at location A is uh, 4 meter per second and pressure is 5 meter per meter. The pressure at the location B would be so here this is the taper pipe, okay, and if the area here is 10 centimeters square and here it is 20 centimeters square, okay, and the flow rate is your 4000, okay, so we can find out velocity at A and at B, okay, and then we can velocity at A will be your 4 meter per second, so by this 4000 by 10, okay, and at B will be in meter per second will be 2, okay, now okay. So now we can apply Bernoulli's equation at point A and at point B. So this is the Bernoulli equation. So BA square by 2G plus PA by rho G plus BB square by 2G plus BB PB by rho G. Okay, so this is so now VA is your 4. 4 square by 2G. Okay, and PA is your 5. Okay, 5 by 1000 to 9. Okay, and BB is just 2. So we can find out BB. So this is one. Okay. Just you have to apply continuity equation and Bernoulli equation. Okay. Next, a viscous incompressible and Newtonian fluid flowing through a main branch of circular pipe bifurcates into two daughter branches. Okay, this is the first one. This is the main one. These are the two, daughter branches, whose radii are 4 centimeter and 2 centimeter respectively. Okay. The flow in both the daughter branches are laminar and fully drilled. If the pressure gradient in both the daughter branches are same, then the fraction of total volume flow rate rounded up to second decimal place coming out of the branch with 2 centimeters. Okay. Now the in a pipe flow, the velocity profile is given by average velocity is given by this. Okay, so 1/8 means this is the pipe flow. Then this this formula you can think uh, in pipe flow laminar in pipe laminar flow. Okay, flow through pipe or in laminar flow. Okay, so this is U average one minus average velocity here is minus 1/8 nu only to the curly r square. Okay, in terms of pressure gradient. Okay, now for one, so if we multiply this by area, we can get q1, and if we multiply by this area, we will get uh, q. Okay, because r is the radius of this, capital R is the radius of this, and small r is the radius of this. Okay. Now pressure gradient is same, okay, and the fluid is same, the mu is same, okay. So we can find out the sorry, we can find out the ratio of discharge because the radius of these two are given 430 with the unit. Okay. So the ratio of discharge is your 16 or Q1 by Q2 is 16, and total discharge is your nothing but this Q Q1 plus Q2 is equal to Q, and so this will be 17 Q. Okay, Q1 plus Q2 will be Q, and Q is equal to 17 Q2. Okay, so Q2 is equal to Q by 17, and Q is very clear to find out the fractions. Okay, so taking Q as 1, okay, so 3.05. Okay. Next question, here should be 5 at least. The volume, the volumetric flow rate of a triangular node is a function of upstream liquid surface H measured from bottom of the node, acceleration due to gravity G, a node angle phi. Wait. These options and this option are same. Okay, so here it should be 5 to make them different. Here it should be 5. Okay, this 5. Now the volumetric flow rate Q of a triangular node is a function of upstream liquid surface elevation measured from the bottom of the node, acceleration due to gravity g, node angle phi, and the approach velocity v. Which one of the following is the correct expression for Q? Option A, Q h 1 by 2 f function of v by root h pi root g. Okay, B Q H F B by root H F is function of B by root H and pi root G. C Q H 3 by 2 function of B by root H comma pi root G. And D Q 5 by 2 function of B by root H pi root G. Okay. So this question can be solved by comparing the units. Okay. Here we can see that the if we multiply this v by root h and h with 5 by 2, we get h 3 by 2 into v. Okay. Or v is also in v can also be written as root gh. Okay. So then it will be h cube. Okay. So then the unit is h cube per second. Okay. So it will then the unit is uh, this. Unit of these are same. Okay. Or we can see here the unit is root g. Okay. And here root g h is the velocity, and then again you have h square. Okay. So by comparing units, we can find out answer. Okay. Here, okay, you can see that unit of v is your root 2gh. Sorry, the value of v is root gh. Okay, and root h is what that will cancel out. Okay, then we have root g. Okay, here uh, also we are having root g. Okay, so this is 5. Okay, the angle is unitless. So if we multiply root g with this, okay, h, okay, then we get g is nothing but lt square. Unit of g is meter per second square. So root g is meter root by per second. Okay, so this your answer is next. Model tests are to be carried out to study the flow through a large prototype valve of 0.6 diameter at a flow rate of 10 meter cube per second. The same working fluid is used for both model and prototype. A complete geometric similarity is maintained between the model and prototype. If the valve diameter of the model is 80 mm, its required flow rate in meter cube per second round off to first decimal place would be. So here model and prototype are compared. Okay, so the code has diameter flow rate this same working fluid as the model and prototype, and ageotic fluidity is maintained between the model and prototype. Okay, uh, if the diameter of the model is so using the cloud model, okay, cloud model. So we have V by root LG constant. Okay. So V is the proportional to L and Q is the proportional to AV. Q is the charge. Okay. So A is nothing but L square, and this is root L. So L is your 2.5 or LR is your 2.5. So this charge is proportional to L 2.5. So the ratio of discharge. So according to Ford model, we can say that the discharge is directly proportional to uh, uh, geometric dimension is over 2.5. So when we compare model and prototype, Q1 by Q2 is equal to L1 2.5 divided by L1 into 2.5. Okay. So Q1 is 10. Q1 is 10 and divided by Q2, and L1 is your L1 is uh, zero point 0.6. Okay, and L2 is 80. L2 is 80. Okay. So putting this value we can find out, and Q1 is written. Okay. Putting the value we can find this Q2 as 0.064913. So here we are by using flow model. First we have derived the dependence of discharge on length, and we have the length ratio. So and one discharge, so depending on the discharge. Okay. Next, water is flowing at a rate of zero point 0.5 meter cube per second in a horizontal pipe of inside diameter zero point 0.5 meter. The density and kinematic viscosity of water is 1000 kilogram per meter cube and 10 to minus 6 meters cube per second. Assume that this waste friction factor to be 0.0093 and acceleration due to gravity as 9.81 meter per second. To maintain the constant flow rate, the required power per length of the pipeline in watt per meter download up to first established would be. So here the friction head loss is your FLV square 0 and F dash is friction vector is your 0.0093. Okay, and L is your mm, L is length unit length. Okay, so L is just 1 meter. Okay, and B is your discharge by area. Discharge is your zero point 0.5 cube by area is 0.5 by 4 0.5 here. Okay, so this is your B and D is your zero point 0.5 and so we can find out friction of loss. So that is this quantity. So once we find out friction of loss, we can find out protocol pressure loss by using the Brodioch. Okay, so this is your 62.3315 net. And this is the pressure at loss and power at loss is nothing but pressure because rho GF is pressure, rho QGF is power. So if you multiply this pressure with discharge, you can get this. Okay. Next, air flows over a smooth flat plate at a velocity of 4.39 meter per second. The density of air is 1.031 kilogram per meter cube. The kinematic viscosity is 1.34 into 10 to minus 5 meters square per second. The plate length is 12.2 meters in the direction of flow. The boundary layer thickness is given as 0.37x divided by Rex with power under 5, where x is the distance from the leading edge and Rex is the Reynolds number. The boundary layer thickness in meter rounded off to second decimal place at 12.2 meter from the leading edge. Rex is equal to rho dx by mu. Okay, that is the Reynolds number. Okay. Now the boundary layer thickness is your this 0.37x by Rex into 5. So 1 by 5. Okay. Rex become to your B is your V is your 4.39. Okay. And X is your 12.2. Okay. And mu is your this 1.34. Okay. Putting this value we can get Rex and then the given formula for boundary thickness is your 0.37x divided by Rex number from the 5. So just we have to use the value of Rex and put here and x is given as 12.2. So we can calculate the boundary thickness. So that the answer is 0.2158. Next, a ventrimeter of diameter zero point 0.2 meter at the entrance and zero point 0.1 meter at the throat is inclined upward. The vertical elevation difference between the entrance and the throat is 0.5 meters. The density of water air is 1000 kilogram per meter cube and the coefficient of velocity is 0.92. The differential U-tube millimeter connected to entrance and the throat shows a pressure difference of 30 km per meter square. Assume acceleration due to gravity 9.81. Velocity of water in meter per second rounded up to first decimal place at the throat would be. So this is a simple densitometer question. Their densitometer is inclined. Okay, and this charge is and diameter of densitometer is 0.2 meter and 0.1 meter. Okay, so this is zero point 0.2 meter. This is zero point 0.1 meter. Okay, so as the charge is constant, so we can use this equation to find the velocity ratio. Velocity at throat and at this at this section. Okay, 1 meter. So VT by V is just 4 because diameter is 0.2 and 0.2 and 0.1. Okay, so now then we can apply Bernoulli's equation at 1 and 2. Okay, so V1 square by 2G plus V1 by rho G plus Z1 V2 square by V2 square by 2G plus V2 by 4G and Z2. And uh, and it is given that the vertical elevation difference between the anchors and float is 0.5 meters. So Z2 is 0.5 meters and then Z2 minus Z1 is 0.5 meters. Okay, and this is your velocity difference, velocity and ratio difference. Okay, and P2 is your P2 is your pressure difference. Sorry, pressure difference is your 30 Newton kilometer per meter square. So pressure difference uh, P1 minus P2 is your 30, so P minus 30 here. Okay, so now we have the difference of velocity. Okay, and we have the ratio of velocities P2 by P. Okay, and G is your 10 or 9.81. So we can find out your V and VT. Okay, so VT is your 1.829 and V is your 4 times of this. Okay, so ratio is 4. So V is your 7.316 meter per second. So the actual velocity at the center of the vector is your C into V, that is 0.97 into 7.316 meter per second. Uh, so this is your V, the actual velocity will be coefficient of velocity is given. This is the ideal velocity, okay, because we haven't considered anything else, either head loss or anything else. So this is the ideal velocity, but the actual velocity is 0.97 into V. So this is your 7.1. Next, a spherical bubble of radius r is rising upward with a constant velocity v in a quiescent water of dynamic viscosity mu. The density of air and water are denoted by rho a and rho w respectively. If g is acceleration due to gravity, the bubble motion is such that the Reynolds number Re is less than 1. The density of air can be neglected in comparison to water density. Rho A is very less than rho W. Which one of the following expression is true for the density of water? Option A, rho W is 2 mu U by 9 gamma square G. Option B is rho W 9 mu U 2 gamma square by G. C, rho W 9 mu U divided by 4 gamma square by G. D, rho W 4 mu U 9 gamma square by G. Okay. So here the density of air and water is rho A and rho W. Okay. And D is just the bubble motion is such that the number is okay. Now the bubble motion. Now as bubble is rising in the water, okay. So a drag force will be acting, okay, as the bubble is, okay, as the spherical bubble is rising upward. and a constant velocity. So, according to the Stokes law, the drag force is your 3 pi d u. Okay. So here there is one mistake. As bubble is rising upward, okay, so the drag force will act in downward direction. Okay, so this is in downward direction. Okay, as bubble is rising upward, the drag force will act in downward direction. Okay, and weight of water displaced is the buoyant force that will be acting in upward direction. Okay, that is the weight of the water bubble. Okay, weight of water bubble. So equating these two, we can get the answer. A spherical overall radius. So, so equating these two, we get the weight of the. So this is drag force, okay, acting on the bubble, and this is the buoyant force weight of water displaced by bubble. Weight of water displaced by bubble. Okay, so this is the buoyant force. Okay, and equating these two, we can get uh, rho W equal to 9 mu and u by. So this is the according to Stokes law 3 pi d diameter of bubble or 6 pi r u v. Okay, so this is your rate of water. So that is volume of bubble dg or rate of water displacement. So this is okay. So I can reload okay, this last question again. Okay. Thank you very much.